In the Husky Huddle, we gather round. Coach Human and Steve Cully were never found. They talk about the team with such zeal, strategies and plays. They analyze it well. The stadium's full of cheers and shouts. UConn's got spirit, we'll never doubt. Coaches share their thoughts, it's quite the treat. In this lively huddle we always meet. Huskies, Huskies, we stand tall. With Coach Human and Steve Cully we call. Game plans and strategies, we break it down. In the Husky Huddle, our passion won from
All right. Lovely mariachi music. It never gets old, Dave. Never gets old. And this is Husky Huddle. I am your host, the best podcast host in the universe, Steve Cully. And with us, as always, he's trying to become a better person, Coach Human. And I know he's still reeling after his difficult loss. But we're lucky that he emotionally was strong enough to make the show. We appreciate that. And as always, we have the icon himself, the legendary voice of the Huskies, the best of the best, Joe D'Ambrosio. Joe D, great to see you, as always, 3 times in a week. So lucky.
It's Halloween, Steve. Anything can happen
Halloween.
on Halloween.
Anything can happen on Halloween. You're absolutely right. We don't know.
I'm wearing my UCONN football jersey.
That's right.
He's got an old school jersey too. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Who is? Let me see that again. Who is it?
33. When I was at
33.
WCIC. I think it was during the Cornell Brockington era.
Was he 33?
Brock was 33. Yeah. Brock was 33.
Yeah. He was
so it's funny because he was a stud for a year. This is the first time that Coach Human and I are actually going to meet each other tomorrow at the tailgate. After 2 years, we get to finally meet each other. And,
a lot of people compare it to when Reagan met Gorbachev for the first time.
We're gonna see who's heavier, who's lost the most weight, Coach Human or I. We're both on.
What are you weighing?
The Wegovy Ozempic.
Well, what are you weighing?
I'm 270, but you got you're 260. So
no, I'm 270.
Oh, you're 270. So we're about the same.
Oh, you really leaned out because you're 6'5". So
yeah. Well, yeah, absolutely. But this is a monster game for us because with our record currently, we need this win. With the 2 upcoming games, the Duke game and the Air Force game, UAB coming off a tremendous victory after firing Coach Trent Dilfer. Their interim coach comes in and they upset number 22 Memphis. So they are riding high, and our UConn Huskies are not riding extremely high after a disappointing performance and loss against Rice. So the question is, are we going to make adjustments? Are we going to stop the run? Are we going to make the necessary changes to have success and get a big win that at least makes us bowl eligible against UAB? Joe, your thoughts?
I think it's a difficult game to prepare for, on the standpoint that UAB's had 2 weeks under Alex Mortensen, their interim head coach, the son of the late great Chris Mortensen. And you don't know what you're going to get. You don't know if he had success against Memphis. He had a different quarterback. Kittner didn't play. The kid who played very well, threw 3 touchdown passes. Ryder Burton. You don't know if you're going to get him. You don't know. I wouldn't think they're going to drastically change schemes, but they might put some different stuff in. I think it's a hard game to get prepared for if you're UConn, especially on the defensive front, where we've seen them have struggles more often than not this year.
I totally agree with you. I think that they are going to absolutely put some different wrinkles in after seeing the way that Rice ran the ball against us. And they saw some of the schemes that Rice used that had tremendous success that we were not able to stop. And then, defensively, they saw that Rice did a good job mixing up when they blitzed the pressure and then when they dropped 8. And they were able to get a pass rush with 3 and 4 men, which makes a huge difference. So that extremely limits us offensively. Now,
well, I wouldn't look right. UAB's defensive numbers stink. They're
yes, they do.
They're 126th against the rush. So you'd like to see us try to run the ball a lot more. They're 132nd against the pass. So you have to feel confident that with the passing numbers, with the 9th ranked passing game in FBS, you're going to be able to throw the ball. And their total defense number is 123. So I don't think it's a matter of scoring points. I think it's the defense that's got the heat on it. I think they'll score points. I don't think there's any question about that. I would like to see them, and we've talked about this, get back to running the ball more, have better balance in the run and the pass game. We don't know what quarterback is going to quarterback for UAB. You don't know if the Kitna thing was an injury and a 1-week thing. The Burton kid played really well, but do you lose your starting job due to injury? There's so many unknowns in preparation going into this game for UConn.
100%. And the only reason I mentioned that was because Rice had one of the worst third down defenses in the country. And, they played pretty well against us.
Well, these guys do too. These guys are 131st out of 134.
And we completely abandoned the run game. We had no balance. Dave, what are your thoughts? I mean, do you think that we get back to trying to have some balance? Cam Edwards, obviously, he's not at 100%.
No, he's not at 100%.
He's not at 100%, but okay. I mean, I'm sure they're still going to try to play him and give him the 15 carries and use him in the passing game. I think that it's worth giving the other guys more work. I think they're more than capable of having success. When they've had opportunities, they've done well with them. Rosa, Lundberg, Coleman, I think they should use MJ Flowers more. I just think they need different types of schemes for them. They're not built traditionally for the outside zone run game that we
Let me interrupt you by asking a question.
Their scheme, I don't think.
Yeah, I totally agree. Steve, how many balls do you think Edwards has caught this year in 8 games? You want to take a wild guess?
0.
More than that, but not many.
Edwards had 6 catches in the Rice game alone. I don't know.
Doubled his output for the rest of the year. He's caught 9 balls this year. He's not the guy they throw out of the backfield.
No, Rosa is for sure. Rosa's
whenever 12. Rosa's caught 12. He's not exactly Corey Dillon coming out of the backfield catching balls.
No. But I believe
they don't throw to the running back. They don't throw to the running backs much.
They
throw
don't.
They throw to the wideouts, and occasionally they throw to the tight ends. So to expect them to throw the ball more to the running backs this week, I think is kind of foolhardy. I think they're going to go with what they've done all year and think it's going to be enough offensively.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. I think the question mark is the question marks are, one, is Cam Edwards is not there. How did they handle the running back position?
He played last week though, Shu. I think
he'll be there. He'll be limited.
Right. Well, maybe. I don't know. We don't know.
We don't know if he's going to be limited or not.
Yeah, we don't know. If he's not limited, my thought process is that, and he feels and he's fine, and he was just kind of banged up. I think it's going to be very, very difficult because I think he's that good of a runner.
I'd run him 30 times if he's healthy. Their rush defense
why not?
is terrible.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, I agree with you, Joe. I mean, if he's healthy, ride him, throw to Skylar Bell, sprinkle it to a couple other guys, and beat UAB at home. UAB's not gonna. They're from Alabama. What's the weather going to be like tomorrow?
It's going to be nice.
Oh, it is.
All right, it is going to be nice. Oh, okay.
So it's not going to have an effect. If it was cold,
it wouldn't be nasty for Cully's big day, Shoe. Come on.
Yeah. Cully, are they marching you out on the field?
Have they told you yet what they're doing with you?
Kevin Freeman messaged me. I requested something to be done at the tailgate. I really don't want to go march my fat ass out on the field, but I don't believe I have a say in that. So
56 degrees tomorrow, so it's going to be fine.
Yeah. So I would say that'll have zero effect as far as
if I get marched out on the field, I'll be mortified. But
you won't. I don't think you'll be. Are you the only person getting an award?
Yes.
Oh,
I'm the
only person. Plot thickens.
There's no one else. There isn't like a couple awards they're giving out or anything.
No, the National C Club Highlight Award is going to me. So yeah, I'm the only one getting an award.
As it should, Cully. As it should.
Yeah, as it should. But Dave, I think your fat ass is gonna be marched out on the field too. The 95 team is being honored. You're going to be honored before the game or at halftime, so get ready for that. So
yeah, but he's going to be with a bunch of. He's going to be with a bunch of guys.
Yes.
Yeah, because I'll be with. Andy read off to me yesterday how many guys are going. There must be at least 25 guys from that team going. So.
Really, that's it. There's only 25 guys going?
Maybe there's more. He was just reading off names, obviously. I mean, some people I haven't seen in, a long time.
Is Lenny going?
Who?
Lenny?
Lenny's not part of the 95 team.
Oh, okay.
No. Okay. Kevin, you just did Kevin, right, the other day?
Yeah.
Kevin will be there, which I was shocked. There were some other names. I mean, Wilbur's going to be there because I'm sure he's always at games. I'm assuming since he.
Well, I know like Belcour's going to be there, and I know Kozlowski's going to be there, but they're going for Andy's tailgate more than anything. And Burton's going to be there. I think that was Was that Burton's redshirt year? Yeah, it had to have been.
He's there all the time.
Well, I know he's there all the time, but the 95 team.
He was. I think he was a true freshman.
99 was his senior year, so I think he redshirted in 95. But yeah, no, that's great that it's a good showing, and that's why I'm trying to head out there early and meet up with some of my friends. It should be. I mean, I hope it's a good turnout at least. I hope that we get 20,000 people at least for the
I think
game.
you will. I think you will.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think that's important to show support for the kids, and it will be good to see them play. I haven't seen them play since Syracuse. And Joe's right.
Bowl eligible this game?
Yeah, if we win this game, it makes us bowl eligible. But Joe's right. I mean, they have given up close to 1,400 yards rushing on the year, and they've given up an average of 4.7 yards a carry. They give up 200 yards a game rushing. So we really have to take advantage of their rushing defense or lack thereof. And like I said, to me, it doesn't matter who carries the ball. Obviously, we want the ball in Cam's hands, but I do think Flowers, I think Rosa, and I think Lundberg Coleman are more than capable. And I do think we have to get back to running Joe. When Joe Figliano was a threat to run the ball, that changed the run game overall, because having him as a threat held the defense from having that fast flow, and allowed Cam to stick a foot in the ground and cut and go north and south. When they fast flow, there's nowhere for him to cut. So that's why I think it's important for Joe to be part of the run game. And then obviously Skylar Bell, he'll get his catches. And I hope they continue to use John Nider. Every catch he has is critical. Whether he has 2 catches a game, 4 catches a game, every catch he makes is in a critical situation. So I give him credit for that. And then my concern is defensively. I just hope we can step up defensively and do enough to limit them. I'm trying to look at their running game. So they have a good running back. Javon Jackson is averaging 5 yards a carry. He has 442 yards on the year on 88 carries. And they have another running back, Solomon Beebe, who has 220 yards on the year, averaging 7.7 yards a carry. So,
he had a big game against Memphis, catching and running.
Exactly,
so
yes.
He's a guy to keep an eye on.
Exactly, yes.
And they got a really good wide receiver in this Iverson Hooks kid.
Yes.
I do think
41 catches. Yeah.
I do think it's going to be a difficult from a standpoint of, because the coach has been fired. You have one game, I think, basically to go off of that of what they did. They obviously played really well. It's obviously somewhat of a different style, and they're a different team, similar to UCLA was not a threat several weeks ago, but now they're a difficult team to play because there's like a little boost because they obviously they have a new voice in town, and it's a different voice, and I think that helps in UAB's case. It helps in UCLA's case because they were so downtrodden as far as the program goes. So I think that makes it a little more difficult.
Well, Joe was right. Ryder Burton, the quarterback who played last week, 21 of 28, 258 yards, 3 touchdowns. He had a phenomenal game. So I was just checking to see if he is a running threat. He did have 6 carries for 18 yards, but he's not a true running threat. That's the thing that worries me the most, because we struggle against the quarterbacks who can run the zone read concepts or the option concepts. If he's more of a drop back guy, I think we'll be okay. But I think we have to play our game. I think we have plenty of talent. I think that we have to stop being cute with what we do offensively and defensively, and just play hard, physical football and let the kids go. Don't make them overthink. Just let them play. And we'll win all aspects of this game. And like Joe and Dave said, running the ball is the key. Coming out early. And Joe, I've never agreed with this, but this is one game I'll agree with you. Maybe we should take the ball. Take the ball, ram it down their throat, and send a message. And I think that's what it'll take. Because if you look at their games, they had lost 4 in a row. They were getting smoked by teams, and then they show up at Memphis, and they played well, and they won 31-24. So Florida Atlantic, who is awful, dominated them, and that's when the coach got fired. Army dominated them. Tennessee obviously dominated them. And, they beat Akron, who's one of the worst teams in the country. They lost to Navy, and they beat Alabama State, which is a FCS school. So I do think this is obviously a game that we need to come out with confidence. We need to come out with our hair on fire because we lost the Rice game. And, typically I don't believe we've lost 2 games in a row. I think we can come out and dominate this game.
Yeah, sure they did. Syracuse and Delaware.
That's right. Okay, so I was wrong. But I think we should come out and dominate this game. It's at home. We've typically played well at home. There's a lot going on as far as the 95 team being honored and Baylock's tailgate. A lot of guys are coming back for it. And I'm winning an award, so that matters. So they should win for me.
With all due respect to everything you just said, and not to minimize it, none of the crap that happens off the field has anything to do with what takes place on the field.
No.
They could care less that you're getting an award. They could care less that the 95 team is getting honored.
Absolutely.
They could care less that Coach Bales is throwing.
They don't even know.
They don't even. I was just going to say that, Shu. They don't even know. These kids are so insulated.
Yeah.
And just what concerns them between noon and 3:30 on Saturday afternoon. All that other stuff is extraneous crap as far as they're concerned. None of that matters when they get on the field. The only thing that matters is playing better than the guy across from you. And they've done that 5 times this year, and they haven't done it 3 times this year. And I'm tired of hearing, well, they're 3 plays away from being 8-0. Well, they're 3 ways away from being 2-6 and making this a whole different conversation.
Very true. Very true.
Let's be realistic here. It only matters if they go out and Edwards runs the ball and Fagnano passes the ball and Bell catches the ball and Parra makes tackles. That's it. That's what matters. Everything else is crap.
I agree with that. Actually, it's I think about from when I played, and Steve, you probably think about when you played. When there was a TV break, or well, not in my case, there wasn't TV breaks when we were playing, unless it was Connecticut TV. I think we were on CPTV or whatever, but there definitely was a TV break. But when they marched out, a group of alumni, or when they marched out when you were playing, I didn't even know. I didn't even know.
I was being facetious when I was saying that.
Yes. But I do think the thing that Joe really hits on is more than ever, more than even when you played, definitely more than when I played. These guys are insulated and locked into what they have to do because a lot of them are hired guns. You know what I mean? And they're really there to play. I mean, I hate to say it, but they're there to play football, right? I mean, I'm sure they go to,
and that's what we want.
Class, some of them don't. Whatever. They're there to play football, and that's.
I agree with you.
That's the so. And I think that we're Joe's other point, which was we're 3 points away. 3 overtimes away from being undefeated. We're also a few plays away from being 2-6. Is right. That's exactly where we are at with this team. Meaning we're good, but we're not great. If when we're great, we'll win at least 2 out of 3 of those overtimes. But we're not bad. We're 2-6. We won some of these games. So right. So we're good. We're good. We didn't blow all of our opportunities. We basically splitting on our opportunities. Which means, and we're winning the games that we, other than the Rice game, we're winning the games that we should win, and so we're a good team. I'm like, it'd be cool to see us come out and just manhandle UAB and be like, hey, we need to be ready take care of UAB so we can get ready for our bigger games, which are coming up. Which
we can't afford to lose those games. Yeah. Duke's
can't afford to lose this game, by the way, either.
No. Right. And Joe was right when he said, worst case scenario is we could end up 6-6. But
I don't think that's going to happen. I don't
either.
I don't think that's. I think this team is good. I think last year's team was very good. I think last year's team, because of the defensive ability, was much better than this year's team is. But that's not to say
that's another great point, Joe. Really great point. That's the difference. So you could get away with last year not having the offense completely in sync all the time because the defense was very good.
Well, the defense had the goal line stand against Temple that won.
When you have no matter if it doesn't, when you have the greatest offense in sliced bread, okay, and your defense struggles, you could still lose every one of those games. So even though your offense might be ranked in the top whatever, I just saw a list that came out, and Fagano was like 22nd rated quarterback in the country. As I don't know which group it was that did this thing, but it was CBS Sports. They ranked. They had a power ranking of quarterbacks, and Fagano was number 22. Which tells you, well, in most cases for us, if we had a quarterback rated 22 and we had a good defense, I mean, you would be like, wow, this team could be like really an elite team. But just because our defense is not there, it gives you a thing where every game could be a risk. It could be an issue, and you don't know what the trigger. Like it matters because these guys coach too. Does the other team figure out what the issue is, and can they attack it over and over again, like Delaware did, for example?
Right?
Exactly.
Right.
You brought up a good point. The other team coaches too. It's not just one team; it's the other team. The other team coaches too, and the other team also has players on scholarship.
No, I mean the difference is, like you said, Joe. If you look at our defensive stats, the defensive line, I mean, we don't have a defensive lineman that has over 20 tackles. We don't have anyone who has the amount of sacks that we normally get. TFLs, I mean, are way down. I mean, the defensive line this year has been a huge drop-off. And like you said, the loss of what's his face from last year has made a huge difference. And then Johnny Stafford and Jaden McDonald.
He lost a bunch of guys,
Yeah. We did. And we tried to replace them in the portal. We brought in a bunch of guys in the portal, and that's where you see guys like Trent Jones, who came from Iowa State. He's played in 3 games. He has 6 tackles in 3 games. We brought in Ben Smiley. I believe he came from Virginia. He's played in 6 games. He has 16 tackles in 6 games. Stephen Wright, I believe, is from Nebraska. He has 17 tackles. So they're not getting it done up front on the defensive line. And the only guy who has played consistent is Vincent Carroll Jackson, who has 21 tackles, and he has 1 TFL and 0 sacks. All the sacks are coming from Parham, the linebacker, and Diamande, the other linebacker, who has 3 sacks. And I didn't even know this. We're in the top, I believe we're in the top 10 in the country as far as sacks overall. We have 29 and a half sacks, which ranks very high. I remember they mentioned it during the game last week. I was shocked to hear that. But the area we are deficient is turnovers. We do not create enough turnovers. We only have 5 interceptions on the year, and I'm looking at fumble recoveries. We have 8 turnovers. 8 turnovers in 8 games.
Well, but that's balanced by the fact that they don't give the ball up either. So you're not losing the turnover battle.
No. But I mean, we're not creating turnovers. We don't turn the ball over. You're 100% right. Joe is one of the only quarterbacks in the country that has not thrown an interception. We do protect the ball. We don't turn it over. I 100% agree
here's
with you.
Two numbers to balance what you just said. UConn is fourth out of 134 team in team sacks with 3.5 a game.
That's what I said. Yes,
and they're ninth in tackles for loss per games.
And TFL.
So somebody's doing something defensively.
No, I know that. I knew that the sacks they said we were in the top 10. I did not know the TFLs were as high as they were. But what I'm saying is the TFLs are coming primarily from the linebackers, from the safeties. We don't get as much production from the defensive line.
But Steve, let me ask you this, and Shu can jump in because he's a defensive guy. What difference does it make where they come from? A tackle for loss is a tackle for loss. It's behind the line of scrimmage.
But we're still giving up over 200 yards a game rushing. So the TFLs aren't making a difference.
Well,
if we're still giving up
200 yards a game rushing, TFLs are making a difference. What it is the defensive philosophy seems to be a boom or bust thing. So it's
100%.
It's got to be right with those numbers. Those numbers 100%. Don't jive. You to have that many sacks and that many tackle for losses, and your passing defense is the passing defense is pretty good. Passing defense is 17th.
Yeah, exactly, because teams run the ball on us.
Well, rushing's rushing's bottom third, clearly.
Yeah, and I think primarily it's because we do play teams that run the ball primarily. I mean, that's their style. We haven't played a team that traditionally, is going to throw the ball 40 times a game. So that's obviously that makes a difference. UAB with this new quarterback, and I agree with you, Joe, is going to be interesting because we don't have a ton of film on him. We don't know exactly what we're going to see. So it's going to be interesting how we adjust. And the biggest adjustment, in my opinion, is offensively running the ball, not abandoning the run, establishing the run early. And like you said, Joe, if Cam is hurt, don't play him. If he can't play, don't play him. And I get he's our leading rusher. He has 753 yards rushing this year. But to put him out there, like you said, and he's hurt, don't put him out there. We have others.
My actual statement was that he's hurt. I don't want to hear about him being hurt if he's playing.
Correct. Right. If he's on the field playing hurt, yes.
Doesn't matter. Okay?
Correct.
If you're out there, you're out there. If you're hurt too much look, if you're hurt too much to not play, everybody gets that.
100%.
Nobody's going to be critical of a kid who doesn't play because he's hurt. I mean, that's you got to be a student to think like that.
100%. And it's crazy. I was just looking at the stats by quarters. We are the strongest in the second quarter and the third quarter. So those are our two strongest quarters. And we get beat traditionally. Actually, we the fourth quarter and overtime are the two times we lose. So I do think coming out strong, we have the first quarter, we have outscored our opponents by double. So I think doing that early on, I think doing that to UAB. UAB's game last year, if you guys recall, was very, very close. We were down in the fourth quarter, I believe, by 14.
We were down 20-3 at one point.
And we came back.
Yeah.
And we came back. And that was a big moment. So I think them coming up here with a good crowd, with a few adjustments, and I agree with Joe. If Cam's on the field, and he needs to play. He needs to be healthy. He needs to go. If he is not healthy, do not put him on the field. You have 3 scholarship running backs. You have them for a reason. Use them. Victor Rosa can absolutely play. And I think he's been – I never was a massive fan of his. I am a fan of his. Victor Rosa can do everything asked of him. He can run the ball. He can catch the ball. He can block. He picks up the blitz well. He does everything asked of him. Use him. And don't put Cam out there if he's at 85%, 75%. I would rather have 100%.
I think 85. I think 85% you can play the kid.
I think you can too. But I've been impressed with Rosa. I would take Rosa at 100% over Cam at 85%.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I know. That's tight. That's tight. I know.
I don't know. With all due respect to Rosa, who's a decent player at this level, I would, if Cam Edwards is 85%, that's pretty good. And by the way, to answer Miles Anderson, we did not speak about the coach's press conference. I understand that has been that
was a topic, right? Why?
What did he say at the press conference?
He gave 7 answers. He spoke at his weekly press conference for 2 minutes on Tuesday.
Did he really? 2 minutes? And he shut it down?
Yeah.
That's really unlike him. I mean, he's.
Oh no, it's not.
Oh,
not
it isn't. Okay.
It's not. No, it's not.
Okay. Because I thought Mora was more of a media darling. Oh, he's not. Oh, he's not. Okay. I did not know that.
But I'm of an understanding that he understands that doesn't fly, and I don't think you'll see that again. And we'll leave it at that.
Okay. All right. Well, the biggest thing is also I was looking at the rushing yardage. UAB has not had a tremendous amount of rushing yardage other than the one running back. Passing yardage, they are traditionally a better passing team. So that is somewhere I think we can take advantage of. If they come out and try to throw the ball, that will work to our advantage. And they don't do a ton of zone read concepts, that will work to our advantage.
Well, did you say if they throw the ball, that'll work to our advantage?
Yeah, because we don't stop the run well. If they come out and try to throw the ball 40 times, I think we have a much better chance than if they try to run the ball 40 times.
Okay, that's a fair point. That's fair.
Because Rice ran the ball 56 times against us but
that's Rice's game. The difference is that's Rice's game. That's not
100%. Yes.
If UAB runs the ball 56 times, they're going counterclockwise to what they normally do.
But you also said we don't know for sure what their game will be because of the coaching change. They may try to run the ball more. They may try to establish more of a balance. I hope that they do not. It does not appear that they have a true running quarterback, which is a huge benefit to us.
Boy, you get hung up on this running quarterback thing.
Well, it's killed us, Joe. I mean, it's killed us at Delaware. It killed us at Rice. I mean, the Buffalo didn't even really have a running quarterback, but they played with their second running back, and he ran the ball down our throats. I shouldn't say running quarterback. I should say our ability to stop the run. Yes. We have struggled all year.
I would agree with you on that. I don't think the running – look, if you had Frank Ryan and Jim Brown, you don't worry about having a running quarterback. Okay?
You're right. Yes.
I mean, let's be realistic here.
Agreed.
Yes. No, I do agree with that. But I just think defensively, if we come out, the other thing that I rewatched the game tempo always seems to give us issues. And I don't know if it's not getting the calls in fast enough. I don't know what it is, but we struggle to get lined up. We got caught 2 or 3 times misaligned, and Rice was able to get big plays off of it. So that is the other thing. I hope they have an answer. If, I haven't watched UAB film, but I hope we have an answer for if they decide to go tempo and we can get lined up fast enough. But the bottom line is, like Joe said, obviously, UAB is giving up 38 points a game, 38.9 points a game. So we have an opportunity to come out and really explode offensively. And I think if we can do that, force UAB again to be one-dimensional, rely on their passing game, we'll be fine. If it's close and UAB is able to run the ball, establish the run, it's going to give us problems. And, that's what happened, I think, with Rice. We scored the first play of the game, an 80-yard touchdown by Skylar Bell. And part of me believes that when that happened, the guy said, this is going to be a cakewalk. We're going to run right through this team. And UAB stuck with us every step of the way. We had the lead throughout, but Rice never gave up. And they gave us all we wanted. If we do that with UAB, if we let them hang around and hang around and hang around, we're going to pay for it. So that's why. By the way,
if you take the Tennessee game out, they're giving up 31 points a game.
31 points a game. And I agree. We gave up technically, I believe it was 24 points to Rice. In college football, if you give up 24 points a game, you should be able to win. Especially with the offense that we have. We've been scoring points in bundles. We should not be held to 24 points in a game with the talent we have offensively. Now, Dave, what do you think about, getting the tight ends more involved? Juice Vereen, obviously, Hansen, Hunnig, they do a great job in the run game. I'd like to see them more involved in the pass game.
Yeah, I think they are trying to get Juice Vereen more involved.
They have, but
it doesn't seem to be a overall philosophy of the offense.
Right.
They're more a lot of times run blockers, and they bring Juice in, and they'll get the ball in a little bit here and there, and it slips my mind the other tall guy,
Alex Hunnig,
yeah, and but yeah, they're more that inline tight end, those guys, so we don't use that.
They're on the ball. Yep.
But I think there's one football to go around. Is what I think.
There is. You're 100%.
One football to go around, and when you manage your touches, in the game, if Cam is healthy and Skylar Bell is healthy, if you're running, I don't know, what do they run in the game? 90 plays, 100 plays?
76 they ran against Rice.
Okay, so
it was close. Rice, 74. I think Rice ran
78.
78, yeah.
All right, so let's say 80 plays. So if you got 80 plays and you're giving 20 to the Cam and at least 10 to Skylar, that's 30 plays right away that are gone. Okay, out of 80. So you have 50 plays that you're going to distribute out.
You're going to target to Romello Murphy and Shamar Porter, and then you got
probably another 10 to other backs, right? So that's
Rosa, 40. Yep. Rosa, Lumber, Coleman, yep.
Yeah. So now if you have 10 incompletions a game, that's another 10, right? So that's 50.
Absolutely. John
so
Nider,
there's a couple of touches available for each one of these guys, basically.
You're right. You're right.
Depending on the game, if someone else is hot, right? Joe Fagano is going to take up 5 to 10 carries between runs or being tackled for a sack or something. So yeah, you see what I'm saying? So it starts to dwindle down here.
Right.
So you're probably talking 2 to 3 touches available unless somebody gets hot. So
you're right. You're right.
There's not a lot of touches left, provided that Cam is in the game. So you got to have to ride the guys that are your main thing. So I think I think those touches have to be valuable touches. So third downs with Juice, those are good. Those are good opportunities because they might be covering Skyler or Cam. So you get him into a spot. Maybe the big tight ends on a shorter yardage play. But yeah, I mean, I think you're going to be limited in how many touches they're going to get. Because they're going with explosive guys. UConn is kind of riding who can get to the end zone. That's kind of their offense, and that's.
But I'll ask you this realistically: run pass. If we do have 80 plays, what would you see the balance be between run and pass? What would you see?
Oh, I think the best thing we could do is be somewhat near 50-50.
If we go 50-50,
we probably do very well. My guess is if we're somewhere near 50-50, we probably had. Listen, if you end up running more than you pass, you're probably winning the game. So,
yeah, I agree.
In our case, right, we're probably winning the game. If we have to chuck it all around to win the game, it's probably going to be a 50-50 prospect of us winning the game.
I would agree.
Okay. So let's go.
I think the coach wants to run the ball. I do think. I mean, he throws because he's got Fagano, but I do think he would like to. I don't know why the last game we got away from him. Maybe it's because
he abandoned it last game. Yeah, there must have been something he saw that made him want to throw the ball the way he did.
Yeah.
But let's go with predictions for this one. It's a noon game. I hate noon games, but it's a noon game. It's UAB, UConn. There's going to be a lot of people coming back for it. Not that it matters, but I think the kids are going to come out. I really do, with their hair on fire. I think they're going to come out with something to prove. And I apologize for Christy for not having my facts straight. I will try to do better next time. But I will go with predictions. We'll start with you, Dave. What do you got?
I think we're going to score a lot of points, and I think we're going to give up.
You and Joe have had the closest ones. So
last week I was way off. We
all were. We all were way off. That was a problem. I think last week was the first time every one of us picked the victory, other than the Central game.
I'm going to say 35-21 UConn.
Oh,
35-21. Joe, I didn't see for sure. What is the weather supposed to be like?
56 and clear.
Did it say anything about the wind, or you didn't see the
100
wind?
miles an hour. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I mean the wind always plays a factor at the rent. That's why I was curious.
Well, but you got a great running game. It shouldn't be a factor.
No, it shouldn't. I think
winds west to southwest. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Northwest 10 to 20. So it's not
okay. I think that we are going to come out and we are going to establish the run game, and we are going to pound it down their throat. I think we're going to send a message, and I think this is the spark that we need near the end of the year to get a couple wins. I mean, I think we're more than capable of getting 3 out of 4 of these games, and I would be very happy with that. I'm gonna go 28-17. 28-17.
Well, it's not exactly pounding them, Steve.
I know. I'm going conservative just because I have a lot of uncertainty because they have a new coach and because of their upset win against Memphis. They played very well. Their quarterback threw 3 touchdowns. They're allegedly going to have their best wide receiver back this week, who has been out from one of my sources. So I think that's going to affect us. But Joe D, what are you predicting?
Well, we play really well at home. All right.
We do.
Because the schedule is a bunch of tomato cans. Let's be honest.
Oh, okay. worse than tomato cans.
Use Dan Shaughnessy of the Globe's phrase. In the 6 games that didn't come against Central and FI, who was the other team they blew out? FIU, FAU,
they blew out FIU. Yeah, and they have FAU as their
They
last
average almost 31 points a game. UAB, if you take away the Tennessee game, still gives up 36 points.
The Tennessee game.
Right. So if you take that out, they still give up 36 points per game. I think the idea that they could have a few wrinkles might take them by surprise early, but that shouldn't be a 60-minute thing. You should be able to adjust on the fly, and I think they will. I think Fagnano will have a big game because every game has been a big game for him this season.
Really has.
Their pass defense stinks, so I would expect us to pass more than run the ball, even though we think there should be a better balance. So I'm going to go UConn 38, UAB 20.
That's a good one. I agree with that. I think we can throw the ball on them. I think we can do whatever we want as long as we execute. I think we have the talent. I think we have the capability. I just think it's about execution. And, having Joe throw on the run, I think is a struggle for him. If he has time back there to work, we have good receivers that can get open and can make plays. But we all agree this is, I hate to say it, but this is a must win. They got to get this.
No. Here's why. Suppose
you don't think it's a must win?
This game. Suppose they lose this game and then they beat Duke, Air Force, and whoever the last. If
they
game
do
of the
that,
year.
yes.
All right.
If they do that,
you're still 8. Right. You're still 8-4. When you play an independent schedule, it's really hard to say a game is a must game because you're not playing for a conference championship,
for a conference title, right?
You're playing to become bowl eligible. So I respectfully disagree with you, Mr. C. Club Honoree, that now it's a must game if you're 5-6 and you've got to win to get a sniff of bowl eligibility. Then that's a must game. And look, let's be honest. If they go 6-6, odds are they won't go to a bowl. There'll be enough teams to fill the bill.
That'll be bowl eligible. And, we don't exactly have the drawing power that teams are going to want us to go to a bowl as well.
But the bowls that we get mentioned, other than the Fenway and Pinstripe Bowl, other than the 2 regional bowls, none of these other bowls are like the bowls in Birmingham and Montgomery. Yeah. They're not expecting a boatload of UConn fans to come to those games. Come on.
No, they're not expecting us to travel. No,
all right. So what's the odds? Let's get to the more important topics of the day. Number 1, what are the odds that Schumann gets so shit-faced at the tailgate that he can't walk on the field?
0. I don't drink.
Schumann's not a drinker. He's not a drinker.
Drink.
I don't. I very rarely drink anymore. I might have a beer because I'm there, but
God bless you.
Very rarely.
All right. So the odds are better that Mr. Twinkletoes trips over the sideline walking out of the field to get his award than you walking in there powdered.
Yes, that's probably a better.
Yes, that is much better. Yes,
that's probably a better. Unfortunately for Steve, that's probably a better.
If Vegas was taking odds,
I'm expecting to get a selfie of just you 2 guys together. since
You
this is
will.
your first,
You will. You
this
will.
is your first
You will.
get together, right?
Yeah. It's our first actual meeting. Yes.
Ever?
Yes. I just don't know.
Really?
Yeah,
I watched Steve play.
Yeah.
I used to come to games a lot in the 2000s, early 2000s, a lot. But I've watched Steve's teams play, but I don't think I've ever. I mean, unless we bumped into each other, I don't think we ever.
No, we didn't. We didn't. I would remember the Jersey guy.
This is monumental.
It is.
This is like the first time Egypt and Israel met. This is like the first time. This was like the first time that Reagan and Gorbachev met.
Oh, that's funny.
This is hysterical. It's historical. It might be hysterical, but it's historical.
It is amazing that we've been able to work this long together without ever having met.
Dave,
you know what? It might be
totally modern era stuff.
Well, listen, Dave, enjoy the day with your team, and Steve, take a moment to take it in, because it's not just any award you're getting; it's something pretty special. And I know we've joked about it a lot, but in all sincerity, it's a big deal. It might help the numbers for the podcast. I'm just saying.
It will. No, it will.
I'm just saying. But
that's what I'm getting
seriously, I wish I could be there, but I can't. So just enjoy the moment, and I await that selfie of Reagan and Gorbachev getting together.
That'll be great. It'll be great.
Thanks, Joe, I appreciate it.
Great having you on today.
I appreciate it. This was a good one. Well, for Joe D, the best of the best, the legendary icon voice of the Huskies, Coach Schumann, he is becoming a better man every day and working on his buyout. And I'm Steve Cully, the best podcast host in the universe. Remember, when life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Take 2 oranges, throw them right back at life.